welcome back to my channel. It is one of my favourite times of the year. It's October, that means Halloween, and that means pumpkin carving. This is something I really look forward to doing every October, so I hope you guys stick around and let's get this carved. So guys, what I always like to do when carving a pumpkin, when I'm making the facial features, is to create the eyes and nose on some scrap pieces of paper. What I'll do is I'll put some sticky tape on the back of these and put them in place, and I'll draw around those. Then that's when I'll create the mouth. I don't do this process for the mouth, I just like to do that freehand. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some sticky tape on the back of these, put them in place. But first I've got to get this off, which is really hard because I've got no nails. I always keep my nails cut really short. So I'll have to get this off first, then I'll stick these on. Then I'll get back to you. So there we have the eyes and nose in place. What I'm going to do now is draw around those so I can remove them. And then I can create the mouth. And then comes the good part, which is the carving. So I've drawn around the eyes and the nose. Let's take those off. Bit of sellotape stuck on there, but never mind. Let's get that off. So there we go, there's the eyes and nose drawn in place. Now I will create a mouth and I'll get back to you. So there we have the face on the pumpkin. He's got a great big mouth. This is why I like to use the templates for the eyes and nose, because once they're in place you can kind of go wild with the mouth. And I've also marked the top where this poor guy is going to get his brains pulled out. And I'm also going to be using the insides as well, some of the insides. I'm going to drape it out of his mouth. And what I'm going to do with the teeth is I'm going to take this top layer off so I can paint those white. Because once this is carved, that's not it. I'm going to be using the paint as well. It's going to look awesome, I know that. And the way I was getting rid of any mistakes is I was using my spray gel and a bit of toilet tissue. Works wonders. It's a little concerning considering I put that stuff on my hair. But yeah, it does the job perfectly. So now the face is on there, now comes the fun part. Let's get this carved. I love doing this part. So there we have the pumpkin carved. Just got to tidy it up a bit. I'm going to remove all of the paint. Then what I've got to do is on both of the eyes, I've got to remove the, I don't know what this is called, pumpkin skin I guess. So I've got to remove that from both of the eyes because they're going to get painted red. And I've also got to do that for all of the teeth because they're going to get painted white with bits of red on the end. And then I'm going to be using some of this long stringy disgusting crap, pumpkin guts, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to use some of that and hang it out of the mouth, and I'm going to put some red paint on that as well. So yeah, I'm going to get these parts done and then I'll get back to you guys for the painting. So there are both of the eyes done. And what I've got to do before I paint these is I've got to put the hairdryer on them as well to dry the surface, or the paint just won't stick. So I'm going to do the teeth next, and what I'm going to do is show you guys how to do that on a couple of the teeth. It is not easy at all, and especially with the face being carved in the pumpkin, you've got to be really careful on how hard you press or you can just cave the whole thing in. So yeah, I'll show you now how I do that on some of the teeth. So guys, it's not the easiest thing to do at this point in the carving. Just got to find the best way of holding the pumpkin in place so I don't wreck it. Then I just got to score along the top of the tooth, like so. And then just somehow manage to get the knife behind there. I mean, I'm probably not using the best tool, I'm just using a knife out of the kitchen. I know you can get really good carving kits now. And there you go, you just carve it down. So I'll do this one as well. I've just got to be really careful, especially with the design I've chose, because with the mouth being so large. And just peel that down. There you go, so that's how you do that. So there's all the teeth done. Got them all done perfect, thankfully. So what I need to do next is to get the hairdryer on this and dry the surface, because if I don't, the paint's just not going to stick. But before I even do that, I'm going to tidy up because I can seriously feel my stress levels rising. As much as I love carving pumpkins, I don't like mess. So I'm going to get that done and I'll get back to you in a bit. So there's everything dry that I need to be dry, and what we're going to do first is all of the black. So that's each side of the eye, the middle of the eye, the nose and this part on the mouth. And all I use for that is your everyday art paint. This is something that the kiddies would use at school. In fact, my niece and nephews use this all the time. So, however, I don't use water. I use PVA glue. Because if you use water with it, it just soaks straight in, so the glue makes it stick better. So we'll get all of that done first. So here is the pumpkin so far. It's got to have a second coat of paint yet, because even though I've added glue to the paint, it still does soak in a little bit, but not as much as it would have without the glue. So it looks okay at the moment. But I'm going to add the second coat of paint, and then we can add all of the finishing touches. We can put some red on the teeth. We can put some paint in his little war wounds here. And then we will use the inside of the pumpkin to drape out of his mouth, and we'll add some red to that as well. So I'll get back to you guys in a bit. So there we go, it's now had 2 coats of paint. As you see, it all looks so much better with the second coat. How white do those teeth look? So now what we'll do is we'll put some red under the teeth as well, just on the tips, and then we'll put some paint in his little war wounds that I've got carved into him here. So guys, as you see, when I was doing these little war wounds, I just have to literally slap the paint on there to push it into the crevice. So just there, and then you just have to put it on like that and push it into there. Just make sure loads goes in. And I'm trying to watch what I'm doing through the camera screen here, but it doesn't work, so I apologise if I don't get it on at some point. So that's what I've got to do with that part, and then just wipe it down. And this is just an old towel that I keep in my aquarium cabinet. So yeah, that's just an old towel, it'll wash off anyway. So that's how I have to do those parts. But he is looking pretty awesome. Okay, so let's get some of this put in the pumpkin's mouth. I don't know how easy this is going to be with one hand. Okay, so it needs to be over the teeth, which is not very easy. I'm keeping the camera in shot as well. It's like, it's going to be hard. Yeah, I can't even pull it apart with one hand. It's too slimy, I think. Ooh, that is kind of disgusting, even for me. So you run that in there. Okay. I need some shorter parts, because I want to take a photo with this yet to do my thumbnail. So we stick some of that in there, and I've got to put red paint on this. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to get some more of this put in the mouth, then I'll get back to you and we'll put some paint on it. So there's that done. Now we need to put some red paint on there. I'm going to do my best to keep this in shot while I'm doing this, guys. But it's not easy trying to look through the camera screen, making sure everything's in shot properly. It is a bit of a pain, as I'm sure anyone who does this knows. So I am doing my best to keep it in shot while I'm painting. So just as before, I'm going to get this done and then I'll get back to you. So there we go, guys, some of the insides of the pumpkin hanging out of the mouth with red paint on it. That looks pretty awesome. Let's put the top on. So stick around to the very end of the video to see the pumpkin when it's dark with the candles in. But for now, that's it. That's my pumpkin. And I'm really happy with that. So that is it for this video. Remember to stick around to the very end of the video to see the pumpkin in the dark with the candles in it. But for now, if you did enjoy this video, please hit that thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, check out some more of my videos. I do a wide variety of videos on this channel. Just scroll down, I'm sure you'll come across something you enjoy. If you do, please hit that subscribe and don't forget notifications. But for now, thank you so much for watching this video. Please check back for the next one. Bye. So everyone, I would just like to say once again, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. And happy Halloween.